For Inside Carolina, I'm Taylor Vippolis, and this is the Insider Rundown where I'll cover what I'm hearing when it comes to this UNC football team. Even though Carolina made relatively quick work of UNC Charlotte last Saturday, the Tar Heels didn't come out of that one unscathed, with multiple key players getting banged up. Starting center Austin Blaske left with a lower body injury, and the team has been monitoring his status for Saturday's game against NC Central. According to my sources, the expectation seems to be that Blaske won't play, with the Tar Heels instead giving the start to Division III transfer Zach Greenberg. Of the 17 offensive players for Carolina that got 20 or more snaps last weekend, Greenberg actually graded out fifth best on the team based on Pro Football Focus's metrics. I believe the thinking from UNC is that if this was a conference game, Blaske could go, but Greenberg more than held his own in an increased role to allow you some flexibility to ease players back into the rotation. Omarion Hampton is another player that could fit that description of coming in less than 100%, where the team is contemplating why push him if you don't need him. Hampton is the one that is going to push back on that notion. He just wants to play football, and fans saw it with the transfer portal talk, knowing Hampton could have taken higher NIL offers elsewhere, but he wants to put on a show for his hometown team every chance he can get. Injury talk aside, a player that UNC is counting on to make their presence felt on Saturday against Central is Jahvaree Ritzie, who entered this year with 2.5 career sacks in 3 seasons and has already eclipsed that mark in 2024 with 5 sacks in the opening 2 games. Watching him back on film, and I'm marveling at how well he moves at his size, to where it feels as if he's finally scratching the surface of how disruptive and being a game changer he can be inside. Last season, he bounced around spots on the defensive line in comparison to this year, where he's only being asked to be a 3-technique tackle. By moving him to that specific role, he knows his assignment, and it's removed the thought of going to the line thinking, okay, now I'm at this position, what do I have to key on? New defensive coordinator Jeff Collins and defensive line coach Ted Monachino have eliminated that thinking from his game. In 2024, a large credit of his success early can be attributed to him playing off instincts. He's 6'4", 295, and moves freakishly well for that size and stature. Let him just go out there and make plays. On the topic of defense, there were things from the Charlotte game that Carolina wants to see cleaned up heading into the weekend, but one area the team came away impressed with is their ability to take players down on the first attempt. After 14 missed tackles in the opener against Minnesota, UNC slashed that number in half against Charlotte. It was a drop in talent going from a Big Ten team to the AAC, yet it's still worth commending when you are that efficient making tackles in space, with the quality of athletes getting better every year. Jeff Collins should have the players in the right spot, so if UNC can continue this trend and keep their missed tackles in the single digits, it's going to put UNC in a great position to win every time out. That's it for now. We'll be back with more after the game, breaking it all down. Until then, stay tuned to Inside Carolina for all the latest leading to kickoff.